Did you catch it? The event, the 23rd of March event from nothing. It was a sort of a blink and you'll miss it 30-minute event that was meant to be a reveal, but really it was just a teaser, which I guess is kind of on point and on brand for Mr. Kalpe. But he said some things that got me thinking, and then I started reading between the lines. And that's when I realized, oh, this might be interesting. So the event started off with Kalpe getting on stage and starting his usual hype train as you would. And then he started to play on sentiment. He said things like,
if you want products that connect and work seamlessly together, the only choice is Apple. Yet as soon as you leave that ecosystem for a Windows PC or an Android phone, it breaks down. This means that consumers don't have a choice and innovation slows down. And that's not right.
Well, there's definitely truth there. But then he said,
Nothing's product ecosystem will be different and open. Our ecosystem will consist of both Nothing products and products from other world-leading brands. This is the start of an open and diverse product ecosystem that gives people real choice.
At this point, things started to seem a little bit promising, but I was a little worried that it was all more hype and hyperbole. And then he set us up for disappointment by announcing the Nothing Phone 1 as an Android phone. If you're trying to reinvent the wheel, making an Android phone isn't really new per se, and it's something he's done before and it's something we've seen before. An Android phone with an ecosystem and its own app store, which he seemed to be implying, is certainly not something new. Samsung, Huawei, Xiaomi, they've all done it. I wasn't really seeing what was unique here until he mentioned that they would concentrate on the core products and then expand this ecosystem and allow other people to use it as they wish.
We're not saying we're going to fix the industry with just one product. We want the Phone 1 to mark the start of change.
And you might be thinking, well, that's not new either. Unless, of course, somehow Nothing came up with their own proprietary standard that's changed the game completely and they let other people develop accessories using that proprietary channel. Wait a minute. Doesn't Nothing own Essential? You remember Essential, right? The company that Andy Rubin started after Google. They made phones, pretty interesting, minimalist, beautiful looking phones that had really one thing that stood out about them: wireless modular accessories. It was basically two pins on the back that would be magnetic, and you could attach modular accessories to it that would then talk to the phone using wireless USB tech. And if Nothing owns Essential, could it be that they're bringing this back? Because the implications of this are actually quite interesting. You could have, for example, a battery pack that you could slap on the back and it would use those two magnetic pins to transmit electricity to your phone and charge it up. I know Qi wireless charging exists, but actually wireless charging is really inefficient and you can lose up to 50% of your energy just in transmission. This would basically bypass that, but would also still be magnetically modular. So you could slap it on and take it off anytime, unlike wired connectors. Think MagSafe of the MacBook Pro, and in my mind, the possibilities kept rolling. What if you wanted high-end audio? You could have a DAC amp module that would connect magnetically to the phone and charge up via those connectors, and also transmit the music digitally over the air using that USB wireless protocol and amplify it to run even more demanding headphones. You could even have greater camera modules like the original Essential phone, which had a 360-degree camera module. Now you could have more, and other people could also make fascinating new cameras with different lenses, anamorphic lenses and whatnot. And instead of trying to use the lens that's on the camera, they could have a separate camera module completely. The possibilities are frankly very exciting. Of course, this is me speculating, and whether it actually comes to fruition or not, we'll have to find out. Hit that subscribe button and we'll find out together. Now, Kalpe did say one more thing. And this might seem rather trivial, but he showed a little bit of their upcoming operating system. I mean, it's Android, but it's their skin of Android that I found interesting. One thing in particular he spoke about was
the clock and top widgets are kept in the same place across the AOD, lock screen, and home screen, so it feels continuous. The thickness and contrast of the font gently changes as you transition from one screen to another, and the result? A smooth and uniform experience.
And that really got my attention. Now, like many of you, I was and still am a fan of OnePlus, because the one thing that OnePlus did really well, that really made them stand out, it wasn't the hardware. They were just Snapdragon based Android phones like every other phone on the market almost, but it was the user experience, which was more the sum of a number of design choices. The materials used, the way the phone curved off to one corner when you held it in your hand, or the way the screens were rounded around corners, which was something a lot of phones did not do at the time. But more importantly, their skin of Android was sublime. There was a certain attention to detail and a certain finesse that you just didn't get in many other phones. To this day, Pixel 6 in my pocket right now, I still wish for some of those design features to come back because, well, they were just that good. And this tiny little glimpse into what's coming showed me that CarPlay might be bringing that same attention to detail for user experience that we'd seen in OnePlus before. Now that, combined with some design influence that are clearly driven by Teenage Engineering, another company that nothing owns, makes for what might end up being a delightfully minimalist, quirky user experience. Of course, this is me being hopeful and wistful, and this is part of me hoping that some of that charm of OnePlus sort of leaks out into Nothing's new phone. But if all of this is true, then hype train or not, this is definitely a phone that I am now looking forward to. I mean, he's good at what he does. I went into this expecting yet another hype train, and it was, but reading between the lines, there might be something really exciting here. Now, most YouTubers will ask you to comment in the comment section below, but for this video specifically, I think it'd be interesting to discuss it. Maybe there's something I've missed, maybe there's something you picked up on. Comment and we can have that discussion because I'm actually pretty interested. I'll see you in the comment section and I'll see you in the next video. Stay happy, stay peaceful, stay colorful. Namaste.